more of our games on more platforms, and we just see that as a benefit to the franchise.
What the fuck is feel on? Nigga must be higher than a seal on. Got the CLIs and code red, them boys all in they feel-ons. Flying out to the X guys, got the Xbox in the friend zone. While the PS5 getting all their games, even those he said would never come. It was only 4 and nothing more. I mean more for sure. I mean more galore. I mean Indiana Enforcer, boy. Xbox turned into a corner whore. Hold the line, what the fuck for? Told the line to give you more. If Xbox dies, my channel's done. If Game Pass lives, the console won't. Either way we lose. For playing broke, it was all a dream. As Game Inform, I was just informed. They can't inform you. Damn skipping cause the S suck. No Wukong or Phantom Blade. Just lie on Sony. Who gives a fuck about what the devs or the pub say? They are, son. They talk too much like Carson. PS5 is the greatest, even with the haters, nigga, is bar none. They love feel like envy if we dancing on them like Carlton. I'm the Fresh Prince, you call son. Eddie on the Sydney Star run. They pray for peace like the Middle East, but never get it like Godson. Looking goofy cause your wind's low. Riding anyway the wind blow. Xbox was on some hoe shit, trying to backdoor Nintendo. Y'all dudes is down bad like a friend request with a friend code. Spend $100 billion on bullshit and you still sitting on the bench, bro. Got your main looking like a side hoe, like Taco Bell is nachos. So many clowns around doing podcasts. This shit looking like a sideshow.
So, 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. It's coming, and you are going to see more of our games on more platforms, and we just see that as a benefit to the franchise.
What the fuck is feel on? Nigga must be higher than a seal on. Got the CLIs and code red, them boys all in they feel-ons. Flying out to the X guys, got the Xbox in the friend zone. While the PS5 getting all their games, even those he said would never come. It was only 4 and nothing more. I mean more for sure. I mean more galore. I mean Indiana Enforcer, boy. Xbox turned into a corner whore. Hold the line, what the fuck for? Told the line to give you more. If Xbox dies, my channel's done. If Game Pass.
So, 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some
Yo, we are live. We are live. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. I got my brother Heath in the house. What's good, Heath?
Not much. I'm on.
All right. Got Heath in the house. Yep, we in Discord, so we good. Y'all can hear us loud and clear. Brarios in the house was good. Navenzor, T Beckett in the house. Plus Ultra was good, brother. D510. Yeah, man. This is for my brother Sick Humor, man. That's his joint, man. Muck 45 in the highs. Who else we got? Know your boy. I see you, player. Shadow Game in the house. Hey, he listened to all the PlayStation bangers, such as Phantom Blade Zero, Resident Evil 9, and Code Veronica Remake. The new Batman IP is supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive. Spider-Man 3, we know they're working on. Bloodborne remake. Hope we see that. The Final Fantasy 7 Part 3. Intergalactic, Lost Solar Side, MLB, and then a bunch of other games we know they got coming. Ghost of Yotai, you know what I'm saying? Wolverine. Anonymous Boss in the house was good, player. Yes, sir.
That sci-fi game from Corey.
Yeah, Corey Barlog's game. Let's see who else we got. Yeah. Joe Kane Isu in the house was good. It's coming. Deparada, my brother. Deparada. Riyadh in the house. Johnny Gaming, what's good, my brother? He said, bots is cheering on the death of Xbox. God damn, big facts. Terrell Main in the house. What's good, brother? CB3, I see you. I see you. Listen, man. Y'all see the topic. Jam Rock, I see you. Y'all can hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to. If not, I understand. Let me lower the audio a little bit because I kind of feel like the music is a little bit too loud, but it's all good. So we heard this past week that according to the Xbox media, that Xbox is coming out with a handheld next year. And I think you and I have already talked about it, and we already see it. The way this shit going with Microsoft getting out of the Brazil, leaving African market, leaving the Middle Eastern market.
France,
that sound like, yeah, France, Germany, they're basically winding down. That don't sound like they trying to launch new hardware. And these bots were like, no, but Sarah said the world's most technologically advanced, you know. And come to find out, it's not a Microsoft product. It is a Asus product, which Microsoft now is going to do OEM. They're going to license out the Xbox brand name. And that means if someone creates a product, they can put an Xbox logo on it. They can be entrenched as well. You know, maybe the share button or something like that.
They'll make shit like them Nuck boxes that'll be cheap, you know, $300 to $500, real cheap, you know, shit like that, but way underpowered. It won't even compete with the PS6. It won't be anything near it.
Yeah. Well, apparently,
or the remember the cloud controller, that cloud hybrid controller too. I think that will probably come out too.
So what if this Asus handheld, the ROG Ally 2, right? That's going to be I believe that's going to be Xbox branded. But that's a PC product, right? It's going to have Windows. And it's no different than your Xbox.
We hope the new ones will have Windows. We hope it'll have Windows. The only one we know of is the Lenovo one, is the first one that they showed at CES that has the Steam button and is Windows. So we know that one definitely will be. We're hoping some of the other ones will be too, because they were all Linux. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get more Windows devices.
Yeah. We got Grand Cat 1, Goku. What's good, Goku? Scrits in the house. My brother Zinc, I see you. Stony, what's good? Well, okay, so here's the thing. There's a difference between Microsoft making a gaming product versus another manufacturer making a gaming product. You know, and so this product is going to be made by Asus. Now, I have an Asus ROG Ally. What's going to be the difference between this product and my Asus ROG Ally?
I'll bet the ROG Ally and all them other handhelds, they'll be more powerful, more than likely. Because think about how much more they cost, too, how much they are. They ain't cheap. The real low-end ones are cheap, but, you know, you can't do a lot with them. And I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be cheap, low-powered, low-cost devices, you know. Remember, Xbox Anywhere.
Yeah. Shadow Star in the house. My brother A Run. He said, isn't Xbox making a handheld? What you mean giving up? Well, technically, Aaron,
they're not making it.
Yeah, Xbox is not making a new handheld. That's Asus is making that. It's an Asus product.
Or Lenovo or Acer or whoever, Dell or whoever.
Well, according to Time Warner and Jez Corden, it's going to be made by Asus. So think of your Asus ROG Ally. It's going to be a ROG Ally Xbox edition. You know, that's not. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That's not an Xbox. That's an Asus handheld. I thought
That's a
Microsoft
PC.
Xbox division was going to be making more hardware. Well, apparently they're not. They're just going to license out the name to Asus, to Lenovo, to other manufacturers. That's an OEM. That is not Xbox, right? And
And
why
it's
should
not a console either.
Well, exactly, and it's not a console. So I don't know, Aaron. I'd really like to hear your take on this. How you see it? Like I have a Fire Stick, right? Is my Fire Stick really made by Microsoft?
No,
No, it's not.
that's Amazon shit. Now your Xbox and Series S, those are Microsoft products. Those are Xbox products made by Microsoft. They see it from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So they want to get rid of the R&D. They want to get rid of the console because it costs a lot to do that R&D and to do your own chips and all that stuff. So if you're going that route, you're talking off-the-shelf PC parts that are already out there for desktop and laptop and all that kind of shit already. So it's not going to be anything different than what's on the market anyway.
Well, that's how I'm looking at it. J Boss, what's good, my brother? Full Stack said, J Dub twerks for Xbox Game Pass codes. Stall me out, brother. Stall me out. You know what I'm saying? I need them codes, brother. Sam Watson, my brother. Yeah, he said, yeah, they're done with hardware. Listen, that's what I'm saying. The moment Sony start letting other people make PlayStation, it's a wrap. It's over.
That's not a PlayStation anymore.
Yeah. Shadowstar 187 said, these bots arguing over a handheld that's not even an Xbox. These bots hit rock bottom, Jay. He ain't lying. That's what I'm saying. So I want to ask my good brother, hey, Ron, I'm just saying, am I looking at this wrong? Because I got a ROG Ally, I got a Steam Deck, I got a Legion Go. So if Microsoft allows them to put an Xbox sticker on it, does that really make that product an Xbox?
Not if it's not a closed console. No, it's just a PC
Yeah.
with an Xbox sticker on it.
Terrence Singh in the house was good, brother. So that's when we were betting with Ridge and Pastor Joe and all them about Microsoft making more hardware, that didn't include somebody else making the hardware. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were talking to traditional console.
Yeah, we said traditional console. So I don't know. And this is the handheld. Now let's say their next rumors have it their next console is supposed to be the same thing, but it's going to be a PC. It's going to be an Asus PC. It's going to be a Lenovo branded PC. So if they're not doing the traditional console like Sony is doing the traditional console, Nintendo is coming out with a Switch 2, right? Those are traditional things.
And whatever past that too.
Yeah.
And
Mike
we know
Johnson,
PlayStation's in it for the long haul because they just did that Amethyst deal with AMD, and they're working on the FSR and PSSR together and all that future tech. So there will be a PS6.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
You don't hear any of that because think about it. Microsoft had that machine learning in the Series X, but the CPU wasn't powerful enough yet, so they put it in there, but they never did anything with it. So they wasted all that research and all that silicone for nothing. And PlayStation waited and put it in the PS6 or the PS5 Pro so that they could get the devs ready for when PS6 comes. Then everybody's used to ray tracing and all them advanced features, and it'll be more advanced and probably easier by then because they've been updating PSSR every 2 months pretty much.
So listen to this because it makes a good point. My brother Mike Johnson said, J-Dub, put a sticker on your ROG Ally and you have a next generation Xbox. He ain't lying.
Yeah.
He ain't lying. And
Same thing.
Sam Walter says a Dell PC is a Dell PC. So a Asus handheld is a Asus handheld. Sticking an Xbox sticker on it doesn't make it an Xbox. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Especially
I'm
if
saying.
Microsoft isn't making it. No, if Microsoft was making it, yeah, then you could say that. But they're not. They're not making it, and Asus is making it, or whoever. Yeah, that ain't an Xbox. I'm sorry.
Well, and see, here's the thing: if Microsoft is not making it, then they don't have any skin in the game.
Yep.
Whether it sells or not, they don't. It doesn't affect them at all.
It doesn't matter to them. Yeah, because they don't have the R&D. They don't got all that overhead, so it doesn't matter to them.
This is not looking good for the Xbox guys that are looking for traditional Xbox things from Microsoft. This is not looking good. Why would Microsoft license out the Xbox name and brand to everybody else and then also make a competing product? That makes no sense.
Yeah, they're not going to do that because they only sold 2.7 million last year. That's why.
Yeah. Chris Green said the next 10th generation Xbox is already a failure. Oh, man. Full Stack, my brother said Xbox is a COD machine. Aaron says all of these are rumors, by the way. Listen, I get it. Until it comes out, it is a rumor. But you got Tom Warren and Jez Corden. Two pro Xbox dudes are reporting on this stuff. And it's coming out this year, a run. So, yeah, it's a rumor, but you know, I'm just saying, Tom Warren is and Jez Corden, they out there fighting. You know, so
yep.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Aaron said he's gonna buy it just because it has an Xbox sticker on it. I get it, brother. I mean, you the Xbox diehard. You the last of a dying breed, brother. They're gonna sell like 2 copies of it.
Hold the line.
Yeah, it's gonna be you and Colt Eastwood buying it.
Yep. Saying, you heard it here first, Fonz.
Mm-hmm. Just saying. Yeah, Lunchi, I agree. She says Switch 2 is about to kill that handheld. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I was actually shocked when I found out that the Steam Deck, which has been out for 4 years now, only sold 3 million copies. That's crazy.
All them handhelds together only sold a couple million.
But all them PC dudes was acting like, you know, they were acting like, all like it was millions and millions of people buying that shit. It wasn't. I mean, it was, you know, so. I don't know.
With how popular the Portal was, you know, PlayStation will be doing another one of them.
Yeah. No. Aaron, listen, I totally understand. Aaron, he likes handhelds and stuff like that, and he subscribed to Game Pass. Yep. So it makes sense. Here's my thing. What's going to be the difference between you waiting to get that Asus handheld versus you going to the store right now and just getting your Asus ROG Ally?
You might as well switch over to PS5 now because they were talking about you being able to move your library with you. So they're trying to work that out with PlayStation and Nintendo and everywhere else. So like all their games are coming over to PlayStation anyway. Yeah. So just get the base level PlayStation Plus and start stacking them games, those free games every month, because you actually get good games.
Yeah, you can play Game Pass everywhere. Your ROG Ally, your Legion Go, your Steam Deck, everything.
Yeah, any TV, Fire Stick, you know, anything that really connects, you could probably use it. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Laptop or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I dual boot with my Steam Deck, so I can have both OSs.
Yeah.
So Cephalon Snow in the house. He said, who would be dumb enough to support Xbox after they gave up 2 generations in a row and putting all their games on PlayStation, Nintendo? Listen, I ain't on. Listen,
that's a fact. Hey, we tried to warn them years ago this was going to happen, and now we're here.
Yeah.
You're talking at least 7-8 years ago. 2017, 2018, we were trying to tell them to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I've been trying to this stuff. I've been saying for quite a long time. I just don't see. You know, it was this was just difficult for me to accept.
I can't believe how much the sales tank like that.
Mhm.
2.7, like think about it. This year is probably going to be 1 point whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And how many more games are going to skip Xbox too because of, everything going on and everything else.
Yeah. So,
And we're getting Gears and Halo.
mhm.
That shit's gonna be crazy. When I can boot up Gears on my PlayStation 5, that's gonna be funny as hell.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't like seeing that. Just from a gamer
It's
perspective.
weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's weird as fuck, man.
To see Master Chief on a PS5 is gonna be completely insane.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. That's like putting Mario on PS5. Like what the hell?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know. It just don't sit right with me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
because it isn't good just to have PlayStation by themselves. That's not good.
yeah. But another thing is, people are talking about Microsoft potentially buying Ubisoft. They're kind of rallying for Microsoft to spend more money and buy Ubisoft. What you think about that?
I've seen them say about buying IP, but I say no because they don't even have control of what they bought already. Like, you want to stack more on top of that, and like, come on, if you're buying that shit, you're gonna have expectations from day one. I would. They need to not buy anything for a while. They need to get their shit in order before they worry about that.
Yeah. Hero Down Under, what's good, my brother? Here's the thing. Sony don't have to buy anything. Just by default right now, they're gonna get all games going forward. Whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Ubisoft, whatever. So they're kind of sitting in a great position.
Yep.
When you're in a position where whether you spend money or not, all the games are gonna come to your platform because you're pretty much the only system in town. And I'm truly interested in seeing what Nintendo's going to do with this Switch 2. Will it be powerful enough to run a lot of these third parties, or will it just be another, you know?
I think it's going to be another. I don't think it's going to be able to run them third party games.
I'm hoping so with DLSS and stuff, but I mean, you may be right. Nintendo kind of don't really care as long as they sell their first party.
Yeah,
games.
because have we heard anything about them having like voice chat or anything? No. So
How
that's what I mean.
How you gonna have COD with no multiplayer?
That's what I mean.
Right?
Or GTA or any other game.
How you gonna play COD and not be able to communicate with your teammates and stuff? You see what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? Hey, stall my brother Aaron out, man. Stall him out. We talked about it yesterday.
Because think about why would Nintendo? Why like they're in. All they have to do is keep doing what they're doing and they're fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, Heath. What game are you anticipated for the PlayStation?
For the PlayStation? Oh, that's tough. Probably something from Blue Point. There has to be something from them. It's been a while since we heard anything from them, since we got anything from them. So they've probably been working on something after their last shit release. So you probably something, either a remaster, a Bloodborne, or new game of continuation of one of the other ones, whatever. That's probably coming.
Yeah.
The other one is either the God of War or the one from Cory Barlog. I'd say that one's probably coming too soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has to. It's been long enough. Like probably both of them actually. Within the next 2 years, we'll probably get both of them.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't wait for Ghost of Yotai.
And Death Stranding too. Yeah, they look good.
Obviously Death Stranding too, but Staros, I can't wait to see more from that game. That's the game from.
Oh, you know the other one, Phantom Blade Zero, the other Johnny Hero one. That one too. That one's probably coming next year, so that'll be another.
But last
they're
year
gonna show
when they
more.
showed that,
they're gonna show more at Summer Game Fest. They said so.
Okay.
We'll see more gameplay this year. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it's a possibility we may get a release date for that game this year.
Yeah.
Towards the fall. Or maybe they give us a January or February date of 2026.
I'm pretty sure that ain't gonna come out because when they did that shit earlier, they said it ain't coming out till next year, more than likely. So that's when
they showed the trailer last year, they said 2025.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's coming in 2025, or if it does, it's gonna come at the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll find out at the Game Fest because we'll know one way or another. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was a China Hero Project game, right?
Yep.
See, yes, so those games are,
and that's why they expanded it into Africa and the other regions, because that did so well that they're like, yeah, we can get it for, and it got their foot in the door in China finally.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how where Microsoft pulled out those markets, Sony doubled down in those markets? In India, Africa, Korea, that's crazy.
Well, the whole thing about the 360 gen and then like PS4 gen, when they went into PS4, PlayStation was in twice as many regions as Xbox. So that's part of the reason why they dominated the way they did, because they were in all these other smaller regions and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Ghost of Yotai will launch in August.
Yeah. That's August or September. That's what I'm thinking.
Because they said that they were going to have it'll have its own state of play. Yep. All of these upcoming games will have their own state of plays. Dedicated to the game.
I see May for Death Stranding too, right? They'll probably have a state of play for that, and you figure, or if they have anything else, because June is Summer Game Fest.
Summer Game Fest, yeah.
Unless they're just going to do everything there.
Yeah. Ashton Jack fan, he says Yotai in July. I guarantee it is a possibility. It wouldn't be the first time they wouldn't have done like back-to-back bangers. Remember that one year we have Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, and God of War at the same time, like in that same year. That wouldn't be the first time, And don't forget, GTA 6 is still coming this year. It's crazy.
Yep.
El Nini, what's good, El Nini? Hanzu, Jay, you think GTA will launch? Absolutely. Here's the thing: the media
told the investors.
Yeah, the media keeps wanting this game to be $100. They keep wanting it to be delayed, but Rockstar keeps saying no, it's coming this year.
When they just had their investor call just a month or two ago, they said, "Yeah, it's coming this year."
Yeah. Yeah, you're not, it's coming this year.
Yeah, GTA 5's been out long enough. It's time for
shit. Ghost of Tsushima, that game. Let me see. I want to see how much sales did Ghost of Tsushima sell. Ghost of,
I know over 10.
Well, I know because they it's so far. Well, as of the game launched originally in 2020, and as of 2022, it sold over 13 million copies.
Jesus, yeah, they're probably over 20.
That's crazy. Yeah, they're probably over 20 million by now. And that's from that's from PlayStation. That's crazy. But isn't it crazy? All of Sony's first party games are like double-digit sale.
Yep. Yeah, they they all always end up over 10 million.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been trying to Oh, hold on. Praise God. Praise God. Let me pay the bill. My brother El Nini with the $5. These bots hyping this DOA handheld. Can't make this up. Oh man. Follow them out, brother. Follow them out. I was expecting, a mid-gen refresh, a next gen. Somebody told me they were gonna start the next generation early, as of next year, 2026, because we know Sony's gonna do, according to what's his name, Shueichi Yoshida, he said next generation for PlayStation is gonna start in 2028. So I was told that Microsoft would start a generation early by 2 years to get a head start on PlayStation. But I didn't expect them to drop let Asus make a handheld and slap an Xbox stick on it. I didn't know that's why they were gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's messed up.
I thought they were gonna make another run at it, but they kind of, you know what I'm saying? Furious Legacy Gaming, my brother, he said, "Man, J-Dub, I thought you was gonna make me a mod." He said, "My shit won't grow." I got you, brother. I got you. You gotta keep people in line. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that handheld. What is that What is that handheld gonna do that my ROG Ally isn't already doing? That's the whole thing. Just because you slap an Xbox sticker on it, what really is it gonna do? That's
It ain't gonna do anything more.
Yeah.
I don't even think it'll be as powerful as that, to be honest. Because what they're gonna come out with? They're gonna come out with $1,000 handheld? No, like come on, like what it's gonna be.
Yeah, by the way, those handhelds are like $899. So I mean, that's $1,000 for a handheld. I do agree with Aaron on this. That we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima. The power of a sequel is that you use the established characters. I think Ghost of Tsushima. Here's the thing, and he kind of makes a great point. Will Ghost of Yotai equal? Will it sales equal or more than Ghost of Tsushima? I don't know, because Ghost of Tsushima came out when there was like 100 million consoles out there, 100 something. But I guess at that time, PlayStation's already at 80, 85 million consoles.
Yep.
So I don't know. But
by next year there'll be.
I do agree. It's harder for sequels to sell more than the first one in this era of gaming. So he might have a point there. Furious Legacy Games. I appreciate you, Day-Dub. In chat, we're all gamers at the end of the day, no matter what. Big facts, brother. Big facts. But I will tell you this. I will say this, and I will admit this to Aaron too. When they first showed the Ghost of Yotai trailer, it looked good, but graphically, it didn't look better than the first game.
It's cinematic. It's cinematic. Yeah. You can't judge it all.
No, I get it. And it could be an old, outdated trailer, and I get it. So hopefully when they show us a new trailer, hopefully it has that shine, that polish and shine on it. You see what I'm saying? It just didn't. It looked now. Granted, the first game looked good. The second trailer looked good. It just didn't like when they showed
We
us.
need to see gameplay.
Look, when they showed us Death Stranding 2 trailer, that shit looked way better than Death Stranding 1. It did. It
And that
looked,
gameplay
it looked
looks
really
crazy.
good. Exactly. It looked nuts. Now, when they showed us the Ghost of Tsushima, the Ghost of Yotai trailer, it didn't look much better than the first one. That's why I assumed it was an old, outdated trailer. They just needed to get something out there. Now, mind you, I think the game ultimately is going to look way better than the first one because it's PS5 only.
Yep.
It's next gen only. It's not. It don't have to.
It won't be held back by the 4.
Yeah, it won't be held back.
And it was built specifically for the 4 at the time. Come on.
Yeah. So I still have faith in Ghost of Yotai. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a high Metacritic. I think it's going to push the console. I think it's going to be what we need. It's just.
I think it's going to be bigger too. It's going to be a bigger game than the first one too. What you've heard.
No, absolutely. You already have your wolf as a companion.
Yeah,
that's badass. That was badass right there.
And with her being a female, she'll be able to blend in with the regular people. You know what I mean? Like she can blend in as a peasant or some shit too. I'll bet.
Yeah. My brother Anonymous Boss is back. Big fact. Now here's the thing. T.O. got a point. You got rifles, dual katanas, a wolf companion, a flail. You got a lot of shit that the first game didn't have. I get it.
But those are going to be like musket rifles. They're not going to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be from the time period. You know,
Yep.
You ain't going to come out there with some AK-47s and some AR-15s.
But hopefully there's some new stances and some new gadgets and tools to use.
Yeah. And, we just don't know. They didn't show really too much. But, I got to be honest, just based on the trailer that they showed. Like, when they showed us Death Stranding 2, everybody's jaws dropped. We were like, all like, oh, shit, this shit is crazy.
That fucking Decima engine, something else.
Yeah, when we saw Ghost of Tsushima 2, we was like, oh, shit, this looks, it looks good. But it didn't, like, it didn't
wow us.
We weren't jaw dropped, you know what I'm saying? It just looked like more Ghost of Tsushima. So, and don't forget, we got Assassin's Creed coming out too. That game is looking pretty nice.
Yeah. Here next week or whatever.
Yeah, hopefully that's good. Let me ask you this. Do you know if you get like the expensive copy of the game, do you get to play it early?
For what?
Assassin's Creed.
Shadow. No, I think they dropped all. No, because remember they had to cut the pre-orders.
Oh, that's
and they
right.
had to cancel them, and they did it all over. Yeah, they changed all that. So I don't think that has
right.
early. It probably doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. No, I was just wondering
what happened before that. They with Outlaws, remember all that shit happened with Outlaws, and they're like, no. So they quickly changed it, refund everybody, and then put it back out there as a different package or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it looks like the time that they delayed it, that they've been making good effort with the timing, because the game looks good. It looks like a lot of improvement. They showed a couple of clips and stuff on YouTube. A lot of people already have preview copies. The preview's been looking pretty nice. So
and they listened to community and got rid of a lot of the waste and bullshit, the bloat that was in Valhalla and shit.
Yeah. Because I will tell you this, I loved Valhalla, but the game just went on too long. I don't have to have a 100-hour game. I don't. Give me a solid 30-40-hour game. I'm good.
Yep.
Because
then you're just padding it out in the end,
Yeah, even like with Dragon's Dogma, like a lot of these games are just it's long.
Yeah, you don't need to make a game that big anymore.
Yeah, and there's some games that are just so good you wish it lasts longer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Spider-Man kind of has that formula, right? Give you a good 20, 25 hours, and then
Yep.
later on a year or so come out with a DLC like a Miles Morales or something like that, and then that'll extend it over until you make the I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Anonymous Boss said, I never played Valhalla, J-Dub. You liked it? It's a really good game, brother. Really good game. I've kind of always liked the Viking lore and stuff like that. It's a great game. Great gameplay, definitely great graphics.
It's just a huge fucking map.
Yeah. I think hopefully this shadows. Here's the thing about it. With Ghost of Yotai, with some of these other games that are out, Assassin's Creed, then we just had Rise of Ronin. Do you notice, like, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking like the Japanese games and stuff like that. I think they're great.
They follow the trends. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of the samey type games. Even like the whole Souls type games.
Yeah.
It's like every game
Or the
has
Devil
to be
May
like
Cry
a
type
Souls-born.
games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see a whole wave of them for years. It's weird, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because it goes to Tsushima. That's why, you know what I mean? It was it did so well that everybody
Well, because
else.
remember, everybody said that Ghost of Tsushima was the best Assassin's Creed game that they've ever played. So, but it looks like, shout out to Ubisoft. It looks like the new Assassin's Creed Shadows is gonna take its crown back. It's gonna, it's gonna come back. It's listening to the fans. We'll see. So I mean, we'll see. Yeah. So we had Jez Corden and Tom Warren kind of having some back-to-back today. Jez Corden threw some shots at Tom Warren, and it's all over this Xbox handheld shit. It's really crazy, but
I just find it funny with this stuff. You don't hear it from like any other sources or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? Like when we heard about the PlayStation 5 Pro dev kit, you know what I mean? We heard it from all. It was like 6 sources came out all at the same time.
Yeah. It's like they all have one source. They all talk to one guy, and they don't know that they're talking to that same guy, and they all like their sort. Let me say something real quick. Tio, he's coming up with some great lists. Hell Is Us is on my wish list. Crimson Desert is on my list. I need release dates for those games. Actually, we finally got a release date for Hell Is Us.
And
I think it comes out in August.
Split Fiction's good, and then Fragpunk, their Fragpunk's coming out right now too.
Yeah. I heard some mixed stuff about Fragpunk. But Hell Is Us is a day one, and Crimson Desert is a day one. I just hope Crimson Desert, because what they showed us so far has been like super fucking amazing. I hope it pan out to be super amazing. You know how sometimes the trailers can just show you stuff that's too good to be true, and it doesn't quite shape up to be. Exactly. It's a watchdog effect. I really hope Crimson Desert pulls it off.
What's up, Levon?
What's up?
Levon, what's good, my brother?
Not much.
All right, we got my brother Levon in the house. Hey, we got the Eric A in the house. What's good? See?
Oh, living my dream.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Now, Levon.
I might have accidentally started shit on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I hear you. Levon, I got a question for you since you
all right
just got in. You're like the handheld king. You always do your reviews and stuff on phones, handhelds, and all this stuff. Then you're a Nintendo guy as well. You ready for this Switch 2 to come out. I'm ready for the second.
Yeah.
We've been talking behind the scenes about this stuff. What do you think about this Asus handheld. I can't even call it an Xbox handheld.
Asus
a-
ROG Ally.
Yeah,
Xbox
it's a
branded,
Xbox
yeah.
edition. Yeah, what do you think about Microsoft licensing out to OEMs? Like, do you
I'm
think?
not surprised by it, honestly. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm really not.
But does that see to me? And tell me if I'm wrong in my thinking. That tells me if you're licensing your name and your brand and stuff out to other people, that means you don't want to compete with them. That means you have no will or want to release your own versions of that stuff.
Microsoft's own
Yeah,
handheld
yeah,
made from themselves.
yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
definitely.
Like they're not Microsoft is not coming out with their own handheld. They're just licensing it out, and we know that because they're allowing Asus to do it. They're going to
Wait,
allow.
don't you have a ROG
I got a
Ally?
ROG Ally. I got a Legion Go,
But
and I got
Levon,
a Steam Deck.
I don't think this Microsoft handheld is even going to be as powerful as the ROG Ally. Because if not, then it's going to have to be $800 or $1,000, and they're not going to. You know what I mean? If they're
No,
trying to go cheap, it's going to be like $400,
no, but
and it will be half as powerful.
here's the thing. This is not funded by Microsoft. Microsoft could care
Yeah.
less if it's expensive or cheap. It doesn't matter. They're not making it.
Yeah.
They're making money off of licensing the Xbox name and brand. So that device will have an Xbox
Unless
button.
they gave them like a range, like, hey, we need this like level of performance or what, you know what I mean? You
They
never
can't-
know, you know.
Yeah, I doubt that. They could care less because how are you gonna require Asus to do it when you're gonna license it out to Lenovo?
Yeah,
You're gonna license it out to everybody else, right? So
yeah.
that's where
So
I'm
then,
coming
yeah,
from.
that's why we haven't heard about an Xbox dev kit for the actual console. Because if they're
Yeah.
doing this with the handheld, they're probably doing the same thing with their next console.
So when you
so-called.
boot up this next gen Xbox, are we gonna see? Do you think we're gonna be seeing Windows or the Xbox OS that they've been
Windows.
saying? For...
Windows. I mean, because they're talking about putting
Windows.
Steam and shit on there. So
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
gonna
put
be- it's
Steam
gonna
and
be a
stuff
PC.
on Steam OS. You see what I'm saying? Or Xbox OS. It's Steam.
It's going to be Windows. It's going to be a
Windows.
Windows device. Yeah.
Microsoft make money off of their Windows. That Windows is a big part of that,
Yep.
right? So,
Yep.
I don't know, Levon. I'm just only speculating on what
I don't
they're
think.
providing.
I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I think it's going to be a PC. Now they might have like a Steam type like big screen mode or some shit, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's going to be PC.
Okay.
So
You know what I mean? Because why would they, put a specific OS?
Well,
to
it's
lock
been
it
something
down?
that they've been saying, these past, since this year or whatever, about having a better OS and all that. So I was just wondering, like,
Because think about it, it's easier to integrate the Xbox shit onto a Windows device than put the PC shit onto an Xbox device. You know what I mean?
you know what? Shadowstar just made a great point. And I didn't really think about it this way, but he said, "Come on, Jay. You think Sony going to allow Xbox to have their development kits if they're going to still be in the console space?"
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's none. There's none.
Yeah, that's right. You're not going to
If
give
it's third party,
Yeah, why are you going to give a competition your PS6 dev kit or your PS5 dev kit or whatever?
because they're not making anything.
Because they're not, it's because they're not, they gave
Yep.
up on the hardware. Now they're going to license it out.
That's the only
But-
reason why
but
they
nobody-
have PS5 Pros dev kits and all that, because they told them, hey, we're backing out. Think about it.
And also think about this. The ROG Ally is not a competition to the PS5 or PS5 Pro.
It's a PC device.
It's a PC device. Its competition is the Legion Go and Steam Deck.
Yep.
Not even the Switch.
Even
I don't
even
s-
that next Xbox won't be anything. It'll be a PC device, so it won't.
It'll be a
No
Asus.
competition.
It'll be a Asus PC. It'll be a ROG, a PC with the Xbox logo on it or some shit.
Lenovo or Dell or whoever makes them.
Yeah.
They're probably building the games the same way they build PC games with specific requirements in mind, but scalable
Yeah.
for higher end hardware. So the
But
manufacturers can go higher if they want to.
Yeah, but the whole thing on PC is the lowest
see,
common
you know,
denominator. That's the
yeah.
problem.
The thing about
They have to go
PC,
so low.
yeah, the thing about when you're making a game for PC, you have to take the low end and the high end into account. And so it doesn't really matter anything in between. With
That's
a console, you have to reach a
Everything's locked.
specific, a specific spec set. TL said, Eric, TL said, bro, talking with a gas mask on. It do sound like you're talking through a can or something.
not bad.
Yeah, no, you good. He just said that you sound like Bane.
It's a shitty headset.
So if Microsoft is not funding this hardware because they're not making it, so they don't have to put all the R&D, this handheld don't even have to sell because it's no skin off of their back.
Yep.
They get to sell a Windows key to every one sold, so they make money off of that. That's
and plus all the bloatware and cloud shit or whatever else they're gonna
the OneDrive and the sample Game Pass and stuff. So
all the
I don't
bullshit.
know. I'm looking at this screenshot on the screen. It's a Asus ROG Ally. It just has an Xbox button and a share button on it. It has the option button, and it has the Xbox buttons. It looks like my ROG Ally.
I didn't think it would happen this fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks.
I didn't think that all this
Yeah.
would happen this quick. I didn't think they would pick
Me
it up
neither.
this quick and run with it like this. Because if this is the case, yeah, by next year they're gonna be shutting shit. You know what I mean? It's just that console shit's done then.
Yeah. Jenna Hayes also said, J-Dub, are the rumors true about Microsoft buying Ubisoft? I don't think. I don't know. I think Ubisoft met with Microsoft. Potentially.
Yeah, there's been talks of them buying them or IP.
I think their IPs is the IPs.
Yeah.
But Levon, do you think they should be buying IP when they don't even have control of the IP they already bought from Activision and Bethesda?
Yeah, that's the problem I have. You haven't
You know what I
shown
mean?
us what you can do with what you have. That's what I'm talking about. What's your thought, Levon? Come on, don't be political about it. Just give us your honest opinion. I know you like to play the in the middle. I know you. Yeah, Levon don't want no smoke. He give us that in the middle answer. We want Levon. Yeah. Listen.
I mean, what do they have? I mean, they got
COD. They got Halo, Gears, and Forza.
They got COD. Ubisoft. What does Ubisoft have? Right? What? Splinter Cell.
They got Splinter
They got
Cells, Assassin's
Creed, Far Cry,
Far Cry.
Yep. What's the racing game?
Avatar,
The
Crew, Avatar.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, Siege.
We got a
Which
couple
there's
IPs.
a Siege event tomorrow. They're doing a big update tomorrow.
Really?
And don't forget, they have Dance Dance, the Revolution, or the dancing game.
That's a big one.
Whatever, that's a big
Plus
one.
all
They always
the snow games, the SSX or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. They have the sports games like that, all that shit.
yeah. So Ubisoft has a lot of IP. They release like 6 games a year on average.
Yeah, they have a lot.
So they are
And they have
release a
Skull
lot
and
of
Bones too. Which Skull and Bones is still going. They're in year 2, believe it or not. Everybody thought that game was going to die, but they're in year 2 with content for that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Levon, the middle.
Yeah, Levon, we be wanting to hear the real Levon answer, not that safe down the
He
middle.
can't do that. He's a YouTuber. He can't do that.
Nah, Levon don't be wanting smoke from the bots. He want to play the politician. He's the politician of gaming.
You can't blame him.
Ain't gonna lie. But I mean, I just want to, I just want to know.
I just kind of don't care about it really. If any.
No, I mean we know, but at the same time, we still want your personal opinion of what you think how this shit gonna shake out.
It don't look good.
I don't know. I really don't.
It doesn't
know,
look good. I'll
honestly.
say it for you, Levon. It doesn't look good.
But why is it so hard for Levon to tell?
You don't want to piss them dudes off. That's why.
Yeah, Ricky Brown gonna be mad. He gonna be like, man, Levon. Nah, I'm just being honest about the direction that Xbox is going. It's not something I want. I want them to compete. I want them to make another Xbox to compete against the PS6. I want them to have the best games exclusive to their platform. That's what I want. I don't want them to do what they're doing, but they're doing it. They're going to do it with me or without me. And it looks like they're not going to have to be without me because they're bringing all their games to PlayStation.
And man, COD's all kind of messed up right now too.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And there's no BlizzCon this year too. That's crazy.
No, yeah, it's next
Yeah.
year. That's next year, like September next year or something.
But it's the first time in history there's no BlizzCon. And Microsoft owns, you know?
It's like September 12th and Sunday, September 13th in 2026.
They don't have it ready yet. You know what I mean? They don't have everything going for the Warcraft and all that stuff, you know. Like I said, I don't want them to get Ubisoft or any of them games because they got to get their shit in order now.
Well, let's hope that Assassin's Creed Shadows does do good with the reviewers and and the gamers and all that.
Yeah, we'll find out next week.
Yeah,
I think it will if we just get past all the
gameplay looked good. Like
grifters.
it looked okay. It didn't look weird or nothing. So
and don't forget, the game is a looker on the PS5 Pro. It's Pro enhanced, and then on top of that, it has the extreme PC settings with the extended ray tracing, extended graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Blackbeard, I see you, brother. So now that we got that out the way, now that we got Xbox out the way, let's talk about Nintendo.
All right, sure, okay.
What are you expecting from this April the 2nd event?
Some first party and third party games. That's
Now,
what
let me
I
ask-
honestly expect. Okay.
Now I wanna ask you this, and I want you to be honest.
Sure.
Do you think they're gonna show off some Microsoft games on that stage?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Forza, Horizon 5, Halo Master Chief, and can't think of the other game off the top of my head.
Maybe
Can't
Gears
think of
Ultimate?
it.
Or Indiana Jones?
Maybe Indiana Jones. Maybe that. Maybe Indiana Jones.
Or Avowed?
yeah, because that's coming next month for PlayStation.
Yeah. Yes.
Or maybe even Starfield. That's
Never
Yeah, that would be an impossible port.
Yeah.
Starfield. It definitely would be.
I heard Starfield
that would be-
I heard Starfield been ready for PS5, but they were waiting to announce it.
Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Forza was an Xbox One game. We got to remember this, TO, whatever your name is.
Yeah,
Forza
yeah.
was an Xbox One game. Forza Horizon. So I think it'll run fine on the Switch too, if anything.
Yeah, old gen games definitely can
Yeah.
because it's easier to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially a racing game. That would be probably one of the easiest ones to get on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say Forza Horizon 5 will look good and play good on the Switch too, and it'll have ray tracing.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go out on the
I
limb
don't
and
know
say
about
that. I think that's gonna be one of those games that shows off the Switch ray tracing, because I don't think
Okay.
Microsoft's first party is gonna do it. It's gonna be third party to take advantage of like the ray tracing and all this stuff.
Okay.
Because Nintendo games don't really need it. They they look good without it. Nintendo is not in the business of going,
That's third party. That's more for the
yeah,
third
it's
party.
more for third party. And guess what? Forza runs great on any platform. It runs high frame rate, 120 frames on every platform. It has ray tracing options on every platform. I don't see why the Switch 2 it wouldn't with those capabilities of that NVIDIA APU. Maybe I'm being too aggressive, but I'm just gonna go on a limb and say I think
It'll be more like the Series S version than the Xbox One version. Is that what you're?
no, I think it'll be more like the Steam Deck version.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And now
okay, yeah.
on paper, the Switch 2 is more powerful than the Steam Deck. On paper,
Yeah, yeah.
and that game runs great on the Steam Deck. So
Mhm.
at worst, it's going to run just like the Steam Deck, which is a great thing. It's a 1080p
Mhm.
screen. It'll probably run like 500p, but with DLSS, it'll upscale it to 1080p. I find nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now, I also went out on a limb and said that I don't think that the Switch 2 is going to sell is going to sell more than the Switch 1.
Okay, I can see that.
And that's not saying that it's going to sell horrible. Not at all. It's going to sell great. It's just
I don't think it'll sell like Wii U numbers. I
yeah,
don't think it will.
the first version of everything always sell great because it's the first thing. But there's going to be a lot of people that are still content with their Switches. The Switch 2 will be like an enthusiast product at first, and then little by little, more and more people start to move on. But the Switch, as long as they have those cross-gen games, I see kids still, like my son is still on his Switch. I told him about the Switch 2 coming. He was like, oh, okay. And went back to playing his Switch. I think a lot of kids are like that. A lot
Really?
of, yeah.
Mm.
Only us diehard gamers really want Nintendo to do a bunch of advanced stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is kind of content.
Yeah. Mhm.
Those
Just
Nintendo
like how
dudes don't be
people are content.
complaining at all. It be us because we're, playing on PlayStation, Xbox, and
We're multi-console owners, and
yeah. T.O. said, J-Dub, you think they'll change the cartridge here or go with this? Nah,
I think it'll be a larger cartridge.
they already said that the you'll be able to use your cartridges, the same cartridges from the Switch in the Switch 2. So I just think the
Just bigger capacity.
the capacity
Yeah,
of it's
yeah.
bigger, but it'll be the same disc, yeah.
Yeah. So that all your old stuff, you'll still be able to use it, but it'll just be the newer stuff will have like double or triple the capacity. or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a SD standard with the EFS.
Yeah.
And that's for high speed. So
I expect Capcom, Square Enix to be there. I do.
Oh yeah, that Capcom show's tomorrow too, Levon.
It
That
is?
Capcom show and the one for Siege, because they're gonna show
Yeah.
the new stuff with Rainbow Six Siege.
yeah.
The one's on earlier, but the Capcom one's on at like 6:00 Eastern, I think. I have it bookmarked. I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will the Switch thing, will it be a treehouse or will it be like an event?
What do you mean?
Like, is it just going to be a treehouse event or will it be like a live event? Like they'll do a whole
I
blowout.
think it'll just be recorded.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It better not be
Yeah.
no like 10-minute, 15-minute shit. It better like I
I
wanna
think it'll be like 40 to 60 minutes. How about that?
Yeah,
gotta be
especially if
great.
they're gonna show games and shit. If they're gonna show off the system and games, yeah, that's gonna take about an
Yeah,
hour.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you know Nintendo, they're known for putting
Yeah.
out these 10-minute, 5-minute shows. Not shows, but like little things. And it's
Yeah.
like, they could have kept that. You like this is brand new hardware, you need to blow it out. It needs to come with I want to see I'm super excited about the new Mario. The new Mario and the new Mario Kart. Definitely the Mario Kart is probably my number one most anticipated. I do hope that if I boot up Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on my Switch 2, I want there to be a difference. I want there to be, better frame rate, better resolution, and maybe some added patching in some ray tracing or something. I don't want it to just be like the same.
I think it'll be like stable 30 FPS and running the game at the highest dynamic resolution. That's what I think as far as the backwards compatibility goes.
I'm so over 30 frames. I don't want the 30 frames. The solid 30 frames mean absolutely nothing to me. That's not a good thing. You don't even have to have a solid 60, but give me somewhere in between 45 and 60.
An unlock frame rate. You want an unlock frame rate?
Yeah, if you can't give me lock, give me unlocked at least. Show some improvement. Will the Switch have VRR capability? Will it have a screen that I don't know.
That I don't know. I honestly don't know on that.
But that'll be good. Like if it did, they could enable VRR on it, and that'll kind of help smooth out things. I mean, I don't know. My ROG Ally have it.
Yeah, you would hope so if it's gonna have the newer NVIDIA chip with the new stuff. Yeah, you figured it would have some of the newer features.
I would hope so. Oh yeah, somebody said the new Metroid. Yep. That'll be day one.
Yeah, I think that'll be showcase on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'll be showcase. Price and date, I think that'll be shown as well with this April Direct. I think it'll be shown as well.
Now, Levon, anonymous boss in the chat, said the trailers after GTA 6. What if they show GTA 6 running on the Switch 2?
I doubt that.
It would kind of shut people up. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah.
It would shut a lot of people up.
Now that's one game. If that was on the Switch 2 and they ran at 30 frames, I wouldn't even be mad. Because I know that's a huge undertaking, But it cannot have those Mortal Kombat graphics,
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Price and date. When do you think they'll release it? And what do you think the price will be?
400 to 450 at max. Release, I'm still torn between May, June, somewhere around there. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that stuff.
Yeah, before Summer Game Fest, because then if there's anything else releasing, they can show it at, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because you got to get third-party time to show off their games so people can, and retailers got to be able to stock up and do all kind of stuff. You got to give them time. You can't pull a Sega. You remember when Sega did that?
Yeah, but Nintendo, you don't have to worry about Nintendo doing dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Let's say GTA 6 is not on Switch, right? But then you got Sony comes out, shows GTA 6 running on a Pro. Sony has already started talking about price drops and stuff like that, and that's going to happen this year to sell a bunch of PS5s and stuff. Do you think Nintendo has to worry about that as well, or do you think they're just like, we
No.
don't care?
No, they don't even need third party. They don't really. They don't.
I'm just talking about
if they get it, it's a bonus. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but just from a sales standpoint, all the hype is going to be GTA 6, PS5, PS5 Pro, Ghost of Yotai, Death Stranding 2, all of this
And
stuff.
they'll have their own hype for Metroid and Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart.
Yeah, Mario
Okay.
Kart's a big draw, man. That's a
Okay.
huge draw, man. Mario
Okay.
Kart is like, come on now. I remember playing Mario Kart whenever I was a teenager and shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So let me ask you this though: which one you think is going to sell more, the new Mario Kart this year or GTA 6? Because this is the first time we've had them basically go at each other for game of the year, for the mind share of the year. You know, I know they don't compete in the same lane, but listen, they're still competing for dollars for gamers. I know Nintendo diehards are gonna. You think GTA 6 will take it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just going to be on more. And it's so, I mean, come on. Look how many it sold. We know how big
True, but Zelda, Mario Kart, they sold more copies of those games than they had systems out. They've sold over 50, 60 million copies of those games. So I'm just saying, it's not a stretch of the imagination. And let's face it, I know it's on 2 platforms, but face it, 99% of buyers of GTA will be on PlayStation, not Xbox. So it's technically 1 console. This year will be Nintendo and PlayStation. This is their year to shine. They both just put out new hardware. They both got great games coming. They both got system sellers. They both got the mind share. Lunchi says GTA is outselling everything. Okay. Now keep in mind the new Mario is probably still going to be available on the original Switch too. So you think it'll be exclusive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They need systems.
I would hope it is. I would hope it is, but
they need software to sell the system, brother. Like,
yeah, I know.
They need it.
I hear you. But they did say that, you know, the games will be backwards compatible, so
yeah, but that means like your Switch 1 games.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. My brother Aaron, he said Switch 2 will have exclusives. Who do you think they are? PlayStation? Oh man.
Ooh, shots fired.
Well, technically, Aaron, Death Stranding is exclusive to PlayStation. Ghost of Yotai is exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah.
And technically, GTA 6 is exclusive to PlayStation because ain't nobody gonna buy it on Xbox.
Ooh, you put it like that, J.
I'm just saying. Think about it. If all the Xbox games is on PlayStation, why would you buy games on Xbox when you can just buy them on your PlayStation? They're gonna play better. They're gonna look better, run better. That's gonna be where everybody's at. I'm just being honest. Who really wants to play GTA 6 on the damn Series S? I'm just keeping it a bean. Am I lying? Like, come on.
No, you're not lying.
We just spent an hour talking about how Microsoft gave up on this hardware. They're giving away the name and the brand to Asus and to Lenovo. I'm just saying.
What other games do you think they're gonna show on this April 2nd direct? First party or third party? It could be, old ports, new games. What do you think they showing? Like Resident Evil 4 remake, I can see that.
Hold
Street
on.
Fighter 6.
They're gonna show. They're gonna show the Metal Gear Snake Eater. They're gonna show. We know Resident Evil because they've always had a. They have that relationship with Capcom.
Yeah, they have a history.
Honestly, I want to. I hope we get a Animal Crossing.
Okay.
I hope, because Animal Crossing been out for a long time now. It's about time,
4 years, like 5 years. 5 years.
5 years, yeah. Maybe a F-Zero finally. I mean, and maybe I'm just wishful thinking, but Nintendo got so many IPs, and some just sit dormant for quite a long time.
I want Punch Out to come back.
Yeah, but see, Punch Out wasn't made by Nintendo. Well, Mike Tyson. Yeah, let's see what was Punch Out made. I know it was on Nintendo. See, back then everything was basically, that was the deal with Nintendo. If you made a game, it had to be like Nintendo made it. It doesn't matter. Punch Out. Let's see who made it.
I also like some.
Yeah, Punch Out was.
Yeah,
Punch Out was made by Next Level Games.
Yeah. That's the one that I play on the Wii. I played the Wii one. It was fun.
Yeah. So, I'd like, bro, if they came out with a Punch Out game, oh my god, that shit would be crazy. Now here's the thing, Levon, do you think Nintendo could talk about some accessories for the Switch 2?
Yeah, Pro Controller. Yeah.
Nah, not a Pro Controller. Nah. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like a little VR connection. That
camera, VR.
Yeah, VR. Like, connect USB to VR and play your games, like stuff like that. Do you think that's a possibility?
It could be.
Okay. I mean, if they did a Labo, I know they can do what else? I don't think we'll get a Wii Sports anymore. I just think that gimmick has ran its course.
I
could be wrong.
I can see a Switch Sports too. I can see it.
Did the first one do good?
It did decent.
Yeah, see. So yeah, Star Fox. What else?
Oh, you got a super chat from True SSJ Havoc.
All right, True SSJ Havoc with the $5. I appreciate you, my brother. Just got here. Wait, J-Dub. Xbox gave up hardware? Is that why I'm seeing dudes saying that they are getting PS games through Steam? What up, Levon?
What up, True SSJ? What up?
That's literally what it is, man. So apparently Lenovo, Asus is making their next handheld will have Xbox integration. It's an OEM. So Microsoft is not making it, but Asus is making it. It'll have the branding and stuff like that. So, Johnny said 2 layers of cardboard, next gen cardboard. Oh man, y'all stall Nintendo out for that. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. My brother Black Baron, he bought that shit, man. He was like, it ain't that bad. I wonder whatever happened to Baron, man. He don't come around a lot. He don't come around no more. Hopefully y'all good. He only come around when it's some negative PlayStation news. He'll jump on Porter Rock channel or something. We'll be streaming. But I mean, I'm excited for the Switch 2. I'm always asking Levon stuff. Hey, Levon, you heard any news on the Switch 2? What we got, brother? Listen, I gave up.
It's gonna be using Wi-Fi 6. It's gonna have NFC.
Okay, so oh man, praise God, praise God.
Yeah.
W Vine Games with the $20. Just showing love to my brother. That handheld is catered to PC. Any Xbox capping for it should realize they're cheering the demise of Xbox. Pretty safe for you and Z to cash in on that 100 from Ridge. Big facts, my brother, big facts. As usual, you know I appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna try to hem up Ridge tomorrow, man, and collect our money. We may have to send some goons over to collect. But he owe us.
Hey
He
man,
said-
walk in your trap, take your.
Yeah. True SSJ Havoc with the $2. Baron don't pay out bets. He's still ducking. Yeah, you ain't lying, brother. I heard that. Listen, I stay away from Baron, man. I don't want to fight that dude. He killed the dude in the ring that time. Y'all remember? Dude broke his neck. Baron still pinned him with a finishing move. What are we doing there, Baron?
Twice.
Yeah, twice at that. Oh yeah.
With Link leotards on too at that.
Yeah. Right after he was fighting Thunderclap. Remember that? What up, Buck? Hey, so Levon, back to Nintendo Switch. I do believe they're gonna have Assassin's Creed. The new Assassin's Creed Shadows will be announced on that stage. I guarantee you. I'll bet you $5. I honestly believe that. So that's another game. Buck, we're talking about what can Nintendo possibly show at this April the 2nd event that they're gonna have. And are you interested in the Switch 2?
I'm always interested in those things, but I never get around to getting them because all the software is never really that great. So I'm like,
yeah,
they look fun. I always jump in late.
Yeah, but you're more of a retro Nintendo gamer, right? I know you always like the retro shit. Yeah,
it depends on. I don't know. They re-release a lot of stuff, so.
That's true. That's true.
I can never justify it with the price because it's always.
Yeah, and their games never gonna sell.
Yeah.
Burial, thank you for the $2. Jada, would you buy a Switch 2 day one if it had trophies?
Ooh, I'm gonna get a Switch 2 day one anyway, but that's what I was telling Levon the other day. Then it's time for Nintendo to it's time for Nintendo to get up to speed. This is 2025.
Well, there was this patent about the approximately voice chat or something like that. There was that
Proximity.
Okay.
Mount Cash won with the $2. Hit the like button, chat. Appreciate you, brother, as usual. But I will say this. The proximity chat and all that sounds good. How are you gonna have Call of Duty or Warzone on your console and not be able to talk to people? Like, that's a big thing. Maybe they can use Azure Cloud, Microsoft's Xbox Live shit, but for maybe them and Microsoft got a deal going, where they can ride Microsoft's backbone and infrastructure to deliver their party chat and stuff like that. But it's in their online. You can't have COD on a system without being able to communicate with your team. You see what I'm saying? And that whole download this app for this game and all that don't work for Call of Duty players. That don't work for for stuff. I had to download for Splatoon. If I want to play Splatoon with people, I had to download the app.
Oh man,
it's time. Achievements. I got literally every Switch game, all digital. At some point, I should be rewarded with achievements and stuff of that. Like, it's time for us to not keep giving Nintendo a pass, because y'all know Xbox and PlayStation would get those types of passes. So will they do it? I don't know. I'm hoping. Especially because you got Nintendo Online that people paying for. what are we paying for Nintendo Online for if people always
That's a
talk
good
about
point.
PlayStation Plus? They always talking about, you play PlayStation Plus and y'all ain't got no multiplayer game. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, let's use that logic with Nintendo. Oh, well, it don't matter because, it's Nintendo. It's like, no, it's time for us to stop handling Nintendo with kitty gloves.
Especially now you're going to be paying $400 to $500 for this.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. You're jumping out of that price range that was comfortable for you to not have these things,
Mm-hmm.
If you're charging me $299, I kind of can't say much,
you
right?
can be merciful. You can be forgivable.
Yeah, it's only $299. I can't you can't, but damn.
When you're at like $450 to $500,
that's you can get a PS5 with a damn disc drive for $450. I'm just saying they're moving into a whole nother territory that is making people not give them that grace that they've been,
because they've been so cheap. They're the cheapest company.
Yeah.
They won't give them the benefit of the doubt.
Pretty much, Eve. Pretty much.
And y'all know I give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt all the time, but now you're in my PlayStation wheelhouse. Now I gotta, my PlayStation got this, it got that, it got all of this. Yours don't.
I'm gonna look at you like everybody else now.
Absolutely. So I don't know if y'all were up to speed what was going on, but Jez Corden and Tom Warren were arguing. It's the battle of the sources. Jez kind of made it seem like a couple of days ago, he kind of made it seem like Xbox with this project, whatever, I forgot what the name of it. It was a project name. It was Microsoft's handheld. They were making their own. Was it Keenan? Project Keenan is what it was called. Yeah.
Keenan. Yeah, something like that.
And apparently it was supposed to be Xbox made handheld, but it's not. Tom Warren came out and said, no, that refers to Asus's product. They're making a ROG Ally with some Xbox branding. It's an OEM. So they're out there going back and forth, and Jez said he got his sources, and Tom Warren said they got their sources. So
Keenan and Kel for Jace.
Keenan and Kel, yeah. Project Keenan. Who thought of that name? That shit sounds crazy. But either way, if Microsoft themselves are not making this hardware, this is not an Xbox. This is Asus. Yeah, this is PC, right? My ROG Ally, my Steam Deck, all that, my Legion Go, they're all PC devices. They have full-blown Windows running on it. This product is going to have full-blown Windows running on it. It's a Ace made by Asus. Asus is a PC company.
Yeah, it'll be a PC backbone with Xbox features on it.
Yeah, and these Xbox dudes are like, well, if I buy this device, I can put my Steam on it, and then I can play my PlayStation games on it from the Steam store. Like that, you're playing it on a PC. Yeah. I think that's a next generation version of Copium. Yeah, that's Copium there.
That shit is sad.
It is, and rumors have it there's going to be another console that comes out in 2027.
Yeah, 2027. Yeah.
2027. And if it's going to be the same thing, if it's going to be like a Lenovo branded PC in a console form factor, it's still a PC. It's not an Xbox. So
are you guys interested in the Xbox PC thing?
No. No, we have PCs for our PCs. We have Xboxes because it's a console. We're console players. We don't want a fucking PC in a console. Like, why? That
you
makes
can already
no
buy
sense.
you can already buy that form factor now if you want it. Like, you can already buy that.
It came out before. Remember the Alienware Steam boxes?
And they have a lot of them small ones that you can like fit in the palm of your hand like that.
The
Yeah,
One of
nuts.
them,
Yeah,
know.
the nuts. Yeah.
yeah, and all that kind
They
of
have,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Jenna Hayes said, J-Dub, the real question is, do you think Sarah Bond is working on her resume? We haven't seen anything from her in a while. You ain't lying. They kind of actually been quiet.
She's the scapegoat. They're gonna, whenever hardware goes away, they're gonna throw her under the bus.
Well, every time Phil comes out, it's bad news for Xbox. He comes out and says shit that Xbox guys don't like. The last time he came out, he said a lot of shit they didn't like. So I don't know.
Exactly what Tim Dog tried to tell them the year before too.
Yeah, Tim did try. They didn't listen. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh shit! Wait! Hold up. The Last of Us. Oh no! The Last of Us controller went up for sale early. It says in stock. Oh, okay. They're not gonna. Okay. Yeah. On Amazon. See, I was gonna pre-order it on PlayStation, but I may pre-order it on Amazon.
Yeah, if they dropped it early, you can jump on and grab.
Yeah, I can't wait to Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna can't wait to get that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited about the Switch. I'm excited about the PSSR or FSR 4 update that's coming next. I'm just excited for all these games that's coming out. Death Stranding 2, your Ghost of Yotai, on and on and on. Then obviously we're gonna cap the end of the year out with we're gonna cap it out with GTA. When do you guys think GTA is coming? Will it be December?
November?
November?
Yeah, probably before Black Friday, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh man. Anyway, man, we finna get ready to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Heath as usual, Levon, Buck. Finna get ready to get out of here. We am I getting South of Midnight? When does South of Midnight come out?
April 8th, I believe.
April the 8th. I'm gonna buy that on PC. Or I'll wait for it to come to PlayStation in a couple of months. But I'm gonna buy day one. I want to support that studio. I'm gonna buy it on PC. That's something I can play on my ROG Ally. Levon, are you gonna buy that? Are you interested in that? I actually think that's
I'm trying to get a code.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, we're finna get out of here, guys. Thank you for coming, rocking out with us, man. We had 150 people in here. We'll probably go live tomorrow if we get some more news and stuff like that. We'll be on Z Show. Go ahead and be sure to check out Levon channel. He does all the reviewing of phones and tech and stuff like that. Go check out Ricky Brown's stuff. Go check out Pastor Joe's channel. And everybody else from the Broadband Bully. Go check out Porter Rock, 60 frame no lag. We just had a show last night. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, Aaron, Anonymous Boss, W Vine Games, Gabriel, all you guys, man. Thank you. Appreciate you guys coming through. Always support me. Y'all take it easy. I'm gonna see y'all on Twitter.